this solution here, we're going to take the exact same question as we did before, question H, and first of all we're going to simplify that power to x cubed over x to x squared. That eliminates us having to apply an extra product rule in here. And this time, instead of doing the product and embedding a quotient, I'm going to do the quotient rule. So the quotient rule, the green numerator with the purple denominator. And when I do the quotient rule, within the quotient rule, I've got a product embedded in it. Okay, so I'm first of all going to apply the quotient rule on the outside of this. So the quotient rule states that I have the derivative of the top, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger because I'm going to have to do product rule. When I differentiate the numerator here, I'm going to apply the product rule. So it's the derivative of the top times the bottom, which is going to be log x, minus the top all that expression in the top. Okay, we're not going to differentiate but all that in there times the derivative of the bottom. It's going to be the derivative, the log x differentiated. And then in the denominator, it's going to be log x squared, or the denominator squared. Okay. Now the only places that I'm applying a derivative are in the green here and in the purple. In the green here, because there is a product inside the green function, I have to apply the product rule inside the quotient rule. So it's going to look like this. The derivative here, okay, and times the second term plus the first term and the second term differentiated. Okay, so there's my quotient rule on the outside, product rule where I differentiate the numerator. And then I just fill it in. So I end up with 4x. Okay, so I'm going to end up with 4x here times sine x. I'll just put in the 2x squared here. The 2x, the sine x goes in here. Here I'm going to end up with cos x, okay, because I need to differentiate that. The log, this stays log x. Here it stays log x. And the derivative of log x is 1 over x. And then writing in that numerator expression, it's going to be 2x squared sine x. Okay, so there's my derivative function. Okay, so I just need to simplify this out. So I'm gonna let's see here. So these cancel out. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. So I end up with 2x sine x. It looks like I have a common factor of looks like I got a common factor of 2x. So I'm going to factor the 2x out. I'm just got to be very careful. I'm left with 2 sine x plus 2. This is going to be x cos x, and that's going to be times log x. And then I'm going to factor out the 2x out of here, so I'm just left with minus sine x without a log. Okay, and that's all over log x all squared. Okay, so there's my simplified version of, and I can maybe expand, since I don't know if there's any point keeping that log factor, so I'm just going to multiply it back in. So 2 log x plus x log x cos x minus sine x. Okay, that's all over log x squared.